There's a time when I was in your shoes. Everything is relevant. We hear about the high cost of college tuition, which is true. But when I was in school, I had difficulty finding the money to pay for my own tuition. I was working at the radio station. By the way, in those days, I was earning $75 a week, and I was having to make a car payment every month of $75. In fact, I was so poor, in order to eat, I often wrote a check that I knew would bounce. Always about 1 month behind, but my bank did trust me, thank God, knowing that I would take care of the debt. And when I purchased my first home for $20,000, the house payment was $160 a month. Now, there are those they'll say, well, you see there, it wasn't but $160 a month or whatever. Look at what these folks pay today. But wait a minute, before running your mouth, you need to know my teacher's salary was also only $500 a month. And even after graduating from college, that's right, times were tough, and they're tough for many today. But that does not mean that one is to give up and throw in the towel and lean on something like socialism. Show me one country, for God's sake, one country that is socialistic and the citizens have prospered. It doesn't exist. History is the best teacher on that. Now, since wealth is created through working, I'm asking this morning, are there jobs out there? I have run into some astounding statistics. There are currently 7.59 million job openings nationwide, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. But here's what's really interesting, folks. To hold on to your seats, let's get a little closer home. Let's take it to Burlington, North Carolina, and the total triad area. There are 34,000 active listings available to browse on. Now, pertaining to this, a friend of mine sent an interesting article to me yesterday. It was in USA Today. I don't have time to go into the details of the article fully, but it's interesting. The title is "Workers Keep Leaving the U.S. Labor Force and Experts Can't Agree Why." Well, over the last year, now this is scary, about 1 million workers have thrown in the towel. In June alone, 720,000 people left the workforce. Now, based on this, you'd have to assume that there are not only jobs out there, but there got to be good-paying jobs that many have left. My concern, I'm going to tell you, my concern is not can somebody find a job. I'm more concerned with whether there are going to be enough employees to keep the economy rolling. And my friend, by the way, reminded me that this is why retirees are so important to this economy. The longer they stay on the job, the more strength that is brought to the economy. Now, let me also add this in this morning. If I were a young person, I would want to go to the Department of Labor, the website, and access the occupational handbook, in which thousands of job positions are shown. Just about every job you can name is in there, and all the qualifications and the pay ranges. Now, the question is, the one seeking employment, is that person qualified for the particular job? Pertaining to that question, may I say that a college degree is not always required to land that good job. I got a nephew, his name is Will. He just simply was not college material. And as soon as he graduated from high school, he went to work for my brother. My brother's the one that is also not a college graduate, but he started his business creating boat docks, and today he's a millionaire. He taught my nephew a lot about the need to have a work ethic. And recently my nephew decided to leave my brother's business so that he could earn more money. And guess what, folks? Because he himself never gave up and had a strong work ethic, and as you just spoke of, Mr. Harry, excellent background, reputation, he joined Microsoft and he immediately doubled his salary. This is a true story this morning, folks. And once again, so much of this connected to the work ethic, which is why all of this gets my undivided attention, because Worker Ministries was created to promote the Christian work ethic. And if one is not qualified for a job, guess what? There have been plenty. Many have earned a degree in that manner. Let me extend this one step further. How many young people know how to apply for a job? Now, this one really bothers me. Do they know how to write a resume? Do they know how to prepare for a job interview? Do they know how to project a professional appearance and attitude in the interview? I could quickly inject this one. Are our schools teaching this kind of social skill? For God's sake, if they aren't, they need to. Anyone looking for a job who wants to change jobs can also go to our Work of Ministries website, workofministries.com. We have there a job kit that can, that we develop, and it includes sample resumes and other tools. And the job kit is absolutely free. Tells all about how to prepare for the interview too. Now, before leaving the program, I want to introduce 60-year-old Tony Brazar to the audience. He's a Costco cashier. He's not an executive, he's a cashier. Long-tenured workers like him call Costco's secret weapon. They're reliable, they're experienced, they're able to speed shoppers through a checkout line, and they serve as mentors to new workers, passing down the company's unique culture. Mr. Brazar's pay and benefits reflect his value to the company. He earns $32.90 an hour, and the holdings in his 401k have boosted his retirement savings to over $1 million. His Costco-sponsored health care has a regular visit copay of $15 and a specially visited copay of $25, and well below the national average. And in 2009, his family bought a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house with a pool, and they've been able to travel to Europe twice over the past decade. And his position, once again, was a checkout servant. That's it. Only in America can this happen. No, excuse me, no. The dream for young people has not been lost in this country, but as you have and Ron have talked about this morning, you got to go to work to find it. America is not about living on easy street, and it never has been. Stop listening to the garbage from that fake news that speaks about all of them senior citizens out there. You know, they got it made. They draw their Social Security as though we're on welfare. Anyone who speaks in such a derogatory manner towards senior citizens, I got a late news bulletin. One day, you'll be walking in our shoes, and the question is, would you like to leave the same venom to be thrown at you? Mr. Harry, I'm going to miss you for that 2 weeks. We'll be in touch with you after that. God bless you. Hope you and Miss Suzanne have a wonderful weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank you. 2229224. 2229224. Let me tell you about Oak Creek Retirement Community. Oak Creek Retirement Community.
When God says himself, he wish he had never created man. This is what God says. And this is telling you that he's sick of the way that these people are doing. You see what I'm saying? Now, I don't know whether it's a show or what it is, but they claimed this morning that they done found the body of Bigfoot. You see what I'm saying? This is nothing but a wicked way to fool these weak-minded people. They ain't found no body of no Bigfoot. There's never been a Bigfoot. You understand? Listen, if this world lasts long enough, which I don't believe it will, listen, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and all these things will come to the pass and be real in the eyes of man. You see what I'm saying? But not God. Listen, you talk about, the guy that wrote it this morning talking about the bear and what they doing in cars and things. Hell, the reason the bear's in cars and things, he's looking for food. You done destroyed their lands. You understand what I'm saying? You done destroyed the places where animals and things stay rambling. When you got enough land to provide for everybody in the land. Listen, and if you would stop these women, if there's some way to stop them from having these young'uns and things and running to the welfare and all, you wouldn't have these many people in the world. I don't care what you say about me, because I know what's happening. You understand? I know women and going on that wanted children by men so that they could get a check from the welfare. That's no lie. Say, help me God, I know them. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't have to ask nobody. I already know. You listen, you done messed up everything in this world with asphalt and roads and things from here. And then when the hell that you can't drive to Africa, you take a boat to Africa messing with them people over there. How come you got a golf course in Africa and folks in Africa starving? You understand what I'm saying? I know who you people are. I lived with you on both sides. I know who you are. You tell these lies and things and go on. Well, folks, don't nobody of another nationality don't bother to me and going on. And don't you say, Harry, that I'm talking about you. I'm not, because you say you're not one of them. So you ain't got nothing to say. But I'm talking about the ones that is. You see what I'm saying? And like I told you, I'll tell you again. My daddy used to sit up here in Zach. You understand what I'm saying? And eat hot dogs and things. And he said it chilled his flush and stuff the way they talked about black people. You see what I'm saying? You can't get out of there because they couldn't see him. He had blue eyes and brown hair and was just like me and the rest of my people and things. You see what I'm saying? My mother had long black hair and she was part Indian. You see what I'm saying? And my daddy was part white. You see what I'm saying? But when your people can't see, then your mind changes. Now, you're not one of them people, so you ain't got nothing to say. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about the people that do this. I'm talking about the people when I was fishing down at Virginia for striped bass, and didn't have no running lights on my boat, and they got me and took me across to Virginia because they didn't have no understanding with the North Carolina then. It was in 1970. If you want to know when it was, didn't have no understanding with them. If I got back here, I didn't have to pay the ticket. You understand what I'm saying? Took me across there, and this white guy sitting right beside me in the car with the game warden. This other guy took my boat and stuff on home. And listen, and the first thing he said when the game warden stopped, I ain't been down through here since we hung that in. You see what I'm saying? If he could have seen me, he would have never said that. Some of my black folks is my best friends, a lying dog. You see what I'm saying? So don't tell me who people he is. I know who they is. They're just hid. Understand? Listen, and it's not about me, about black and white. Let me tell you about Bob Newman that run Western Auto in Haw River. White man. One of the best people I have ever known in my life. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, let me tell you about Basil Holt in Green Level that run a store in 1959. One of the people I've ever seen in my life, Miss Holt and Mr. Holt. I had an account in their store then. You understand what I'm saying? Back then, their hot dogs was 10 cents. Right there where the store is where they built
Family Dollar store.
The grocery store there. And right across from there is where the store was. Yeah, wonderful people. But then I know some black people that's in Green Level where I went to school was some of the hatefulest, rotten folks I ever known in my life. But see, I'm talking about these people that's that way. I'm not talking about the people that's not that way. You see what I'm saying? Listen, Glencoe over there. We used to play a white team over there, baseball. They used to bring the wives out to Green Level and play with them. Never had a false one night. But they was good folks. I'm not talking about the good. I'm talking about the wicked. You understand? Listen, and I don't bite my tongue about nothing. The wicked is your president of the United States. That's who the wicked is. He's no good. He don't believe in God. And listen, you can worship him all you want to. These people I'm talking about that follow Pharaoh into the Red Sea is going to, listen, you're going to follow Trump into the Red Sea. It's just going to be a different name. You understand what I'm saying? He's the same person like Pharaoh that led these people into hell. You see what I'm saying? But you love to hear what Jim says, and he hardly ever speaks of God. Tells he get ready to leave. You understand what I'm saying? See, he's going to suck sorrow for what he's doing. I'm not talking about the people that's not doing it. I'm talking about him. I told you I don't bite my tongue. These are the people that I'm talking about right here in Burlington, North Carolina. Ain't nothing but an old name for Ku Klux Klan.
All right.
Have a good morning.
222-9224. Glad to have you along. Let me tell you about.
You can't say nothing behind him, can you? Because you know he told the truth. Yeah, he told the truth. Y'all some sorry ass people. And I don't bite my tongue either. Y'all some goddamn sorry ass people.
Can you now? You know, I woke up this morning, first thing I opened my eyes, I said, oh, it's Friday. Yeah, I can tell.
It's Friday. Yeah.
It's gonna be for someone very specific. This is what I'm getting. The person from your past, okay, whoever left you for someone else, they actually chose a narcissist, okay? They're with a narcissist. And I feel like this person is kind of taking like a lot of bad treatment from this narcissist. The fights are getting, it's a very toxic situation. Yeah, even with this mushroom here, I don't know, does this karmic smell like mushrooms, or there's a funny smell about whoever they chose over you? And I feel like they chose a narcissist who is a karmic individual. Yeah, very toxic energy, okay? Yeah, and this person needs to get away. They need to get out of there. Again, I'm getting like nasal passages here. I don't know. It's like a rotting smell, okay, is what this is giving me, like rotten tomatoes, like rotting. So whoever they're with is starting to, they're telling me pheromones. The word pheromones. Pheromones, yeah, isn't that they used to put that in like perfume and stuff? It attracts, like there's a scent that attracts people to you. Well, this person, whoever this narcissist is, they're turning so dark and toxic that they're actually like, I don't know, there's something that doesn't smell right about them. Or it could even be their voice, the frequency, and the frequencies and pheromones that this karmic is giving off is making this person sick, this person from your past. Their toxic attitude, I feel like, you know, this whoever they got with is a narcissist, and they're starting to smell like they're like rotten. Okay, yeah, it's making this person feel sick. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? They are totally grossed out by this karmic, and they have to keep like stepping outside to like clear, like into fresh air. And this karmic is not like, the karmic is very unclean. Like, I want to say unclean, like an unclean spirit. They could have some kind of demonic attachment to them too. Okay, I've always heard that like if there's a evil spirit around you, you'll sometimes people can smell it. Okay, that's what I've heard. That's just what I've heard. Like a sulfur smell. Okay. Yeah, there's something not right with this karmic. The karmic may have some kind of demonic attachment. And just the dark energy that they have within them. Okay, you know what I'm saying? This is a negative person. Very negative, toxic person. And that's starting to create changes in their body. Okay? So this person could have a lot more like body odors, and their health, I feel like they're, you know, everything is off with this karmic. pH balance, okay? Their scent, the